welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Keila Whittington with women's basketball at the University of Memphis. And Keila, Coach Whittington, you're in your first year at Memphis. So far, how do you like it?
I think things are going really well. A lot of unexpected things, but a lot of exciting things are happening for me and with the team and the staff. So things are going well.
Tell us about the process of coming to Memphis. You were out at Oregon in the Pac-12 and decided to make the jump back here. I know, I guess originally you're from Louisiana, so at least in the same region from where you're from. But what was the process? What was the thinking of coming to Memphis?
I was contacted by Melissa to consider the position that Danielle had left, and you know, in my mind, I know where I am in my coaching career and wanting to be a head coach and things like that. And we discussed a lot about the types of things she could help me with in continuing to prepare for that process, as well as to use my experience to help her with the program and continue the successes she's already had.
Let's talk about what you do for the University of Memphis. Of course, everyone's part of scouting, different teams, different games, also recruiting. You're working specifically with the post players this year.
Yes, I am. I work with the post, and they're a great group. Some experience as well as a lot of youth, which is always it makes for a great day. I also I'm the academic liaison. I'm the liaison with the Fast Break Club. A lot of day-to-day business type things for the program, as well as, you know, recruiting is my thing. I love the recruiting aspect of everything, and also just, I would say, a people person.
Right.
You know, a connection for hopefully people in the community as well as throughout the university, where I can reach out and bring them into our program, you know, and add some excitement to it.
So it's pretty interesting. You guys keep busy. All those responsibilities you just mentioned. A lot of people think you just show up, go to the field house, coach practice, then play some ball games.
Exactly. I don't think that people understand that you know, we get to be on the basketball court about 25% of the time. Everything else is really in the office, on the phones, on the computers, and working with people and doing the business part of the job. It's not just putting the ball out and saying shoot it. You know, there's a whole lot more that goes into it.
A lot of newcomers on this team this year, 8 newcomers, and you have some of those in the post group. Is it fun to have a team with a lot of new faces? Because with an experienced team, it's great, but an experienced team has gone through the battles, they've gone through the practice, they know the routine. You get to really be a teacher when you have a lot of newcomers, especially a lot of freshmen.
Yes, and I think that's what's exciting about working with the entire team this year, that we have people who don't already know everything.
Right.
So you do get to teach, and I think coaches, we feel a little joy inside when we say, oh, I showed them that, I told them that,
right.
Oh, they listen. You know, and then I think that the experienced players learn from that as well. They see something that we've been working on. They get to help out the younger kids as well, and they get to learn some new things, you know, some things that I can bring to the table, and it all comes together, and it is a lot of fun.
Let's talk a little bit about your background in coaching. As we mentioned, you spent the last few years out at Oregon in the Pac-12, and I know it's a high-level women's basketball conference.
It is. You know, having to face Stanford alone was probably the biggest, one of the most exciting parts of it. I also worked with Paul Westhead, who is the guru of Go, the master of the fast break. So I went out there specifically for him. I had coached in college towns before, but it was my first stint on the West Coast, and I mean, I thought it was great. I really did want to come back closer to home, but being out on the West Coast in the Pac-12, facing Stanford and Cal and USC, UCLA, all those big name West Coast schools, it was a pretty exciting experience for me.
Prior to that, you were at Marist, and you had some good teams there, had some success, a couple of NCAAs.
Yes, that was fun as well. You know, prior to Marist, I had been at Penn State, so kind of at the ultimate level of playing big-time Big Ten basketball, and then to go to Marist and see the worker bee mentality again. That was a refreshing experience for me, because I saw kids who came to work on the court every day, not imagining that they would go on to the WNBA, but that they would get degrees and be, you know, normal people each day. That I really, you know, out of all my experiences, Marist, I always go back to how refreshing of a time that was for me.
You mentioned Penn State, and at Penn State, 4 NCAAs, and I believe within those 4 NCAAs, you went to a couple of Sweet 16s and an Elite 8.
Yeah, I always go to the Final Fours, and you get to go to the open practices. And I always dream one day I want to be on the court, and everybody around the country is watching me. And in the NCAA tournament, you have the open practices as well. So those were really special times for me to experience the ultimate success in women's basketball. And we won a couple of Big Ten championships and had some All-Americans and stuff. I think every part of my career it all has its moments, and Penn State times were definitely special times.
Well, let's talk about Tiger basketball. 3-3 on the season. I know you're coming off a tough loss to East Tennessee, dealing with trying to get some personnel issues with some early injuries. Of course, you're going to get Keezy back, hopefully for conference play, but just some different combinations you guys probably weren't expecting to throw out there this early in the season.
Absolutely not. I think right now, when I talk to people, I say we're regrouping. We're trying to find our way and trying to find the right combinations of people on the court at the same time, as well as continue to keep up our defensive intensity and effort. And figuring out, Nicole can score. We figured that out probably on day one, but I think right now we need other people to step up and take some of that load off of her so she doesn't feel like she has to score 30 every game. Now, we'll take the 30 every game, but we need some other people to understand what we're trying to accomplish and get in the mix to help her.
You've got a big weekend coming up at the Fieldhouse. You'll have Arkansas Little Rock Friday. You'll have Illinois on Sunday. Illinois, of course, out of the Big Ten. Arkansas Little Rock, they're a consistent postseason. When I mean postseason, NCAA, and they're just not winning a conference tournament to get in. They've had some at-larges in there.
Yes, they have, and 2 back-to-back championships in the Sun Belt Conference, and they have a young team just like we do. A lot of freshmen and sophomores, only one senior right now, but they're a motion offensive team and a man-to-man defensive team, and I think we have our work cut out for us against Arkansas Little Rock. And then Illinois has a new coaching staff, and their Matt Bolant came from Wisconsin Green Bay, and it's my scout, and they look really good. When I was out at Oregon, we played Illinois last year, and they gave us a good run. We were able to beat them, but they have the same kids back, and they are playing really, really hard. So, they're refreshed right now. They want to make something happen in Illinois. So 2 big games for us coming up this weekend.
Coach, best of luck this weekend. We're glad to have you at Memphis.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
That is Keila Whittington. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.